Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of ISVs Spill the Tea, presented by the Retail Solution Providers Association's niche and startup ISV community. If you're not familiar with the RSPA, we are North America's largest community of VARs, software developers, aka ISVs, independent software vendors, vendors and distributors in the retail, restaurant, grocery, and cannabis verticals. We're a fit for any organization that's serious about growth in those markets. Many companies have been members for decades, and we frequently add startup tech companies because we accelerate their growth and they see the massive ROI that RSPA membership offers. If you're serious about growth in the retail IT channel, email membership@gorspa.org. All right, so before some of our software developer members spill the tea about what they're up to, the RSPA has a few highlights and updates to share with you. I'm going to turn it over first to RSPA VP of Member Services, Ashley Nagy. Ashley, why don't you spill the tea on some RSPA events?
Thanks, Jim. Hi, everyone, and welcome. We are super excited to have you with us today. First up, I'd like to share a quick reminder. If you haven't heard, Inspire 2023, that's the RSPA Thought Leadership Conference happening January 22nd through the 25th in Maui. This is a fantastic opportunity to gather with over 200 executive leaders and next generation technology leaders in the industry, from resellers to ISVs to vendors. This is a great opportunity for half-day workshop sessions, and then the second half of the day is strictly for networking, to be able to have those one-on-one meaningful conversations. So if you have any questions about Inspire, please feel free to reach out to myself or our member services team, membership@gorspa.org. Definitely looking forward to seeing everyone there. And then next up, while it may feel like we just wrapped up Retail Now a few months back, we are rocking and rolling with Retail Now 2023 planning. So July 30th through August 1st, we will be at the Gaylord Palms again in Orlando, Florida. Well over half of this show floor is already sold out for that event. That's going to be a great opportunity to be able to network, see the newest, latest, greatest technologies, and be together with 1,500 plus of industry leaders during that event as well. So stay tuned. We'll have registration opening up here early in the new year, but definitely get that on the calendar and reach out to us if you have any questions around Retail Now.
Great, thank you, Ashley. And let's turn it over to RSPA VP of Educational Services, Kathy Meter. Kathy, what's the latest on Accelerate?
Thanks, Jim. Good afternoon, everyone. Wanted to remind our members about our online learning platform, Accelerate. This is open and available to all of our members. It's included with your annual membership, and it gives you and your teams access to hundreds of online courses focused on functional areas like sales, customer service, security, as well as leadership development and soft skills. In addition to Accelerate, we are offering members free of charge education advisory services. One of our certified training managers will work with you and your teams to identify gaps in skill sets and help develop a tailored curriculum utilizing the Accelerate platform to train and develop your teams, and that's customized to your needs and your business. If you have any questions about accessing Accelerate or getting started with education advisory services, feel free to reach out to your member services manager.
Great, thank you, Kathy. And for Accelerate, it's anytime, anywhere, whenever you want. But for the events, especially for Inspire, the deadline's approaching to register, and in fact, hotel rooms are very much at a premium. So if you're interested in like you said, Accelerate, anytime you want, reach out to your member services team. If you want to attend Inspire, you better take some actions this week. Let's turn it back over to Ashley to thank our sponsors.
Thanks, Jim. Absolutely. Sessions like today and all of the things that we do throughout the year here at RSPA to support the community would not be possible without our sponsors. So a big thank you to our annual sponsors. Platinum is BlueStar, Gold, Brother, CoCard, Heartland, ScanSource, and Shift4. Silver, Elo, Epson, LINGA, Star, and Truist. And then bronze, DataCap, Evo, Field Nation, Honeywell, Ingenico, Kitchen Armor, North American Bank Card, Toshiba, and WorldPay. Again, a big thank you to our annual sponsors. And then for our niche and startup ISV community sponsors, which is the session specific today, a big thank you to APG, BlueStar, Brinks, Epson, Evo, Ingenico, and ScanSource. Thank you again to all of our sponsors.
Great, thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Kathy. So here's how ISV Spill the Tea is going to work. So executives from software developer companies, all RSPA members representing a variety of verticals, they're going to showcase their offerings in 90-second segments. So this is going to give you, our audience, have a great group on hand today. Thanks everybody so much for your interest. It's going to give you a chance to quickly meet potential new partners who can accelerate your growth. Now, after these ISVs introduce themselves, you're going to be able to participate in an open forum roundtable discussion. Great chance for you to ask any clarifying questions and discover new ISVs in just a matter of minutes. And then the RSPA General Counsel, our legal advisor, Jill Miller, she's asking me to read this. This will be an open forum information sharing discussion. Please note that the views and opinions expressed during these roundtable are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the Retail Solutions Providers Association. And then Jill doesn't mention this, but again, feel free to drink tea, iced tea. Arnold Palmer, I guess, would be acceptable at any point during this session. All right, let's get ready to rock and roll. Leading us off today from Fast Tracks is Zach. Zach, welcome to ISV Spill the Tea.
Great, thank you, Jim. So as you mentioned, I'm with Fast Tracks POS, and we are actually new to the reseller market. However, we've been around for about 14 years now. Our primary niche or vertical has been tobacco stores. Currently, we're in about 45, 46 of top 50 chains, which represent about 6,000 POSs sitting out there. And what's really unique in the tobacco chain is going to be scan data reporting with the tobacco manufacturers, Altria, ITG, RJ Reynolds, those kind of guys, as well as handling all the age verification and all the government legislation and requirement regarding selling age-sensitive items. We offer a hybrid solution, cloud and on-premise, with the POS itself being on-premise, back-end being cloud-based. And I really look forward to this reseller launch and excited to what it brings to us.
Fabulous, great. Thank you very much, Zach.
Thanks, Jim.
Next up, we have from Dello, we have Jay Sykes. Jay, welcome to ISV Spill the Tea.
Thank you, Jim. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, well, thank you, Chris, for straightening out my IT. We at Dello have a payment solution that allows merchants to accept cryptocurrency. However, they receive fiat instantly. We have a few ways of accommodating that. First, we are accredited, but also integrated into a few of the smart terminals already, namely PAX, Point, Newland. I have a couple of more that will begin integrations in Q1. Second method would be on an Android device. Our solution or application can be downloaded from the Google Play Store. We should have been up and running a few days ago on Apple, so that's day-to-day on the Apple iOS store. And last, we have multiple e-commerce solutions. Verticals that we have been working in, we do work in some high-ticket channels. So I should also add that we have our MSB license, which has allowed us to transact in such things as real estate, automobiles, yachts, even thoroughbred horses. Our rate structure to the merchants, we're able to start at 1.25% for everyday transactions, and I'll define that as anything up to $15,000 or more. We do give discretion to our channel partners to mark that up as they see fit. Our structure is scalable, and for those larger ticket items, which we transact in, over $100,000, we're able to do that all the way down at just 10 basis points.
All right, great. Thank you, Jay. We're at the 90 seconds, but thank you very much. Great to hear from Dello. Next up, Josh from AutoStar. Hey, Josh.
Hey there, folks. Again, Josh Antoniak here. I'm sales manager at AutoStar, and I'm excited here to spill the tea on what's going on with AutoStar CompuSystems. We're really the best kept secret in the channel with comprehensive solutions from point of sale to back office to head office and everywhere in between, including next gen solutions like self-checkout, mobile POS, electronic shelf labels, e-commerce, and much more. We partner closely with our reseller partners to serve the grocery, health, liquor, convenience industries. And we do that through our You First Partner program, which we've really designed to help our resellers get up and running quickly with little to no out-of-pocket expenses. And really, we're trying to do everything we can to help you build your business. So we are flexible when it comes to payments. We allow you to develop your own relationships there as well. The Real Tea is a new self-checkout solution that we are planning to launch here at NRF in January. If anyone is going to New York, I can't actually share the details on who we're working with there, but we're working closely with one of the largest hardware manufacturers in the world over the last year to get this ready to go. My email is on the screen. Send me a note. We'll be happy to share more details as soon as we can send out the press release in January. Watch our social channels, and we'll share more at that point. But thank you very much.
Beautiful. Thank you, Josh. Great to always see you. Next, we have Rick Malthaner from GoTab. Rick, you are up.
Thank you, Jim, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rick Malthaner, and I'm VP of Alliances here at GoTab. GoTab is a restaurant commerce platform designed to optimize experiences and efficiencies. We're the only hospitality platform that prioritizes the guest at the center of the experience. Because time is short, I want to focus on a few things that make us unique. While we're relevant to all sizes and types of hospitality operations, I've highlighted some niche markets where our platform shines. However, we are now seeing many traditional hospitality operators embrace GoTab as they agree with us about the future of hospitality service. We give hospitality operators the tools and processes to make ordering, payment, and fulfillment more guest-centric and efficient, helping them achieve, on average, 35% higher check averages, 25% faster table turns, and 30% increased labor efficiency. They clear more profit. Sorry, wasting my time here. They clear more profit and deliver a better guest experience. Highlighting just one niche market, GoTab is unmatched in multi-merchant operations. If you think food halls or breweries with food trucks outside. In the example of a food hall, we were able to have each vendor run GoTab so guests can walk up and place the order through the point of sale. All of those vendors can share their menus with the food hall. So instead of standing in line, your family can sit down at a table, scan a QR, and see all of the menus. You can place orders from all vendors on one tab, and we route not only the food, but the money as well to each vendor. We have a remittance feature, whereas the food hall operator can receive an override, for example, 2% at the time of each transaction rather than at the end of the month. We embrace resellers and share revenue a couple of different ways for a very lucrative reseller opportunity. I invite you to reach out to learn more about our platform and reseller opportunities.
Great, wonderful, Rick. Thank you very much. And Rick is on the road, so he's had to log in from a hotel room. So Rick, glad that worked out. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks, Jim.
Great. Next, Frank Anthony from Deliverect. Hey, Frank, how's it going today?
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Jim. I'm doing well. Like I said, I'm a little bit under the weather, so everyone bear with me. But just like to introduce myself, we're relatively new to the association, Deliverect. My name is Frank Anthony Reale, and I actually handle partnerships over here at Deliverect. I know many of you on the call today, but I'll tell you a brief bit about our company. So we were founded in 2018, relatively new company. Over the last 4 years, COVID had actually propelled our business, and we're actually an aggregator in this place. So we actually work with all POSs. If they're not currently with us, they're most likely building to us currently. And we essentially consolidate all those third-party channels for your restaurant merchants, and we're pushing those directly to the POS with a full integration. We have different arms to our business. So as these third-party channels, such as Uber, DoorDash, Skip, and all of that, expand into different verticals, we will be following suit with them. But at the current moment, if you guys do come across any sort of if you are working with hospitality or in the restaurant space, and that is a main pain point for your merchants, that they're having all these tablets at their storefront, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be glad to assist you guys, let you know a bit more about our partner program, as many of you guys already know. And yeah, that's pretty much Deliverect.
Great, thank you, Frank. Appreciate you joining us, and hopefully you're back to 100% soon. All right, so we are halfway through our featured ISV presentations, and we want to share a reminder. I think a lot of RSPA members know this, but just want to make sure. So you can reach out to these ISVs directly, right? You've seen their websites, their phone numbers, their emails on the screen, but then also the RSPA offers a service where our member services team are happy to make introductions to these companies or any one of our over 700 members. And so the magic email, we have a giant here on the screen for you, is membership@gorspa.org. Reach out and talk with Ashley Nagy, who you met already, Peggy Fry, or Nicole Green. They're more than happy. The RSPA is all about helping members accelerate their success, and we're happy to make that shortcut for you and introduce one member to another. All right, let's get back to spilling some more tea. Next up, we have Jeff Riley from RMH. Jeff, welcome to ISV Spill the Tea.
Hi, thanks, Jim. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I wanted to share a little bit about our company. Our product retail management hero is known also as RMH. We entered the market in 2016 as a replacement for Microsoft RMS, which at its high point had about 55,000 retail store installations across 5 continents. Our target market is sub-enterprise, literally anything from 1 store to about 500 stores, across a number of different specialty retail categories, including gift, toy, and hobby, independent grocery, convenience and health food and supplements, liquor, beer, wine, apparel and sporting goods, home goods, hardware and do-it-yourself stores, pet and pet supplies, and a lot of others. We really focus on helping our partners succeed. We sell 100% through our partner channel. We provide a very collaborative partner community, which gets together in person once a year at a conference. We provide a lot of training and support for our partners, marketing resources and lead generation, agnostic business models around payment processing and hardware, developer support for customization, and multiple ways to sell our product, either perpetual license with maintenance or subscription. Our products are fully featured and open for customization and integration with strong out-of-box functionality across counter-based POS, inventory, and we support a number of different integrations with payments, e-commerce, accounting, and ERP solutions. We'd be interested in talking to you if you want to learn more.
Great, thank you, Jeff, and thanks for having RSPA at your conference this year. We appreciated participating in that. All right, next up, we have Ming from Quick POS. Ming, hello.
Hello. Hello, everybody. My name is Ming Yi, and I'm the co-founder of the Quick POS. So Quick POS was established in 2015 in Houston, Texas. So Quick POS is actually a B2B SaaS company, which will provide like all-in-one solution POS platform for food and beverage, like a small retail, and a nail and salon, like such as like a kiosk, QR table ordering. So as of today, we have over 2,000 customers across to 45 states in the United States and Canada. So here I have a few factors that we separate apart from our competitors. So Quick POS was developed on the Linux, and the web-based POS system can run on any hardware. And second one is our hybrid local and cloud server can fully function without any of the internet connection. And then our POS actually is customizable according to different type of the business. And then we actually provide like a 24/7 USA-based multi-language customer support. And then we actually have an in-house developer. We do provide like weekly updates. And then we open like a merchant service for our like partner. And then we so far we compatible with all most of the processor and the support terminals. So far we currently looking for partnership here across the United States. Thank you.
Great, Ming. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Good to see you as always. Next up, Mary Harris from NCC. Hey, Mary.
Hi, guys. Good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for having me today. NCC is a 100% dealer-centric company with more than 36 years of experience and a 9-time RSPA Vendor Award of Excellence winner, including gold the last 3 years. We have more than 50,000 installs worldwide, ranging from small independent businesses to large-scale events, including being selected as the POS provider for the 2012 and 2016 Summer Olympics. At NCC, we keep everything in-house, all development, 24/7 reseller support, and dedicated sales reps to help you learn the product and hit the ground selling. At the core of our product line is Reflection POS, which has been around for well over a decade. Reflection POS serves both the food service and retail markets in both a SaaS and sell-it model. We offer point of sale in an embedded and a Windows version, as well as tablets, all with identical user interface. With our embedded version, you have a turnkey solution with none of the headaches of OS updates or malware that has 100% terminal redundancy and no single point of failure. NCC's goal is to provide options, including your payment processor choice. We work with various DataCab solutions, so any processor that certifies with DataCab will work with Reflection POS. With integrations to online ordering, both direct and via the platforms, pay at table, QR payments, cloud management, loyalty, and more, Reflection POS truly is a solution that meets the demand of the modern merchant. We look forward to seeing how NCC and Reflection POS can help meet your point of sale needs. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Marion. Look forward to attending your conference in March of next year. We're only like, what, 90 days away from that, so looking forward to it. All right,
Yes,
welcome from Andrew Bar, Bill. Hey, Bill, welcome to ISV Spill the Tea. We able to unmute Bill? Or is Bill able to unmute himself?
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Hey, Bill.
I feel like I'm in one of those phone provider commercials.
Yeah.
I appreciate you having me here today, Jim. Thank you, Ashley and Christopher, for setting this up. My name is Bill Muse. I'm the president and CEO of Andrew Bar USA. We just recently launched in the United States approximately 8 months ago. Our product is a liquor control system with punch-to-pour technology that allows restaurants and bars to manage, dispense, control drinks through our trademarked punch-to-pour technology. And the real concept behind this is to make sure that the bar owners are getting paid for every drink that's being poured. So in order for a drink to be poured through our system, it has to be rung into the POS, and that is guaranteeing success. Our award-winning technology has many features, but one of the things that stands out to me as a former bartender is what we call our cocktail wizard. And basically, I can take a kid off the street who has never bartended before and give him the ability to make 1,200 cocktails and growing in a short period of time, because the cocktail wizard not only tells you how to make the drink, what ingredients are going to go in the drink, but making sure the correct portion sizes are done each time. We're currently looking for partners to represent our product in every territory. I would love if you have the opportunity to give you and your team more information and a demo of our product. And have a great day, everyone.
Great, excellent. Thank you, Bill. Glad you could join us today. And to make us a perfect 10 for 10, please welcome to ISV Spill the Tea, Joshua from Near Street. Hey, Joshua.
Hi there, Jim. Thanks for having me. Joshua, partner manager at Near Street. Near Street's a local marketing technology company that helps stores display their live in-store inventory in places like Google and Facebook. If you think of a time you've looked for a retail store in Google, you'd expect to find opening hours and reviews. We're helping stores also display a live view of their in-store inventory directly on their Google business page. So you don't only see what time they're open or the contact information, but exactly what they have in stock as well. Right now, less than 1% of stores actually have their live inventory in Google or on their Facebook page, but shoppers expect this information. Since 2017, searches for near me have more than tripled within Google. So stores that are showing what they stock are getting a massive local SEO boost and winning customers from their online competitors. What can be a more valuable use of the stock data that you already have than telling shoppers what your customers actually have in stock within the world's biggest search engines and social networks? Near Street isn't an app or a platform, but the technology that feeds stock data directly into the search engines where 87% of shopping journeys begin. Near Street is already integrated with over 120 POS providers, dominates the European market, already reaching 60% of retail stores, and is one of the only companies trusted by Google to supply stock data. We have a select number of North American partners that we've recently started working with, but we're looking to grow our network even more. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Joshua. Glad you could be here today. So, and I'm glad that everybody who attended, you got to hear from, 10 software developers in just over 20 minutes. Now it's your chance to ask them some questions. And so feel free to use that question function, the chat function, and feel free to follow up on anybody who spoke in particular, asking them a specific question, or if you just have a general question that you'd like our featured guests to weigh in on. So you met 10 ISVs today. If you want to meet even more, plus VARs, plus other vendors, plus distributors, payments companies, and managed services providers, right, and everybody in between in the channel, you want to make sure that you attend Retail Now. Save the date again, July 30th through August 1st, back at the Gaylord Palms in Orlando. But anybody who attended this year, we're not in the same expo hall. We actually moved down the hallway, accommodate a little bit bigger expo hall there because we sold out the expo hall last time. So again, make sure you save the date, block that out. You will want to be where the industry meets. All right, so time now again for you to weigh in and share your questions with us. So the first question here, and here's the thing, feel free to leave your name, leave the entire question, or what we're able to do is call on you and then you'll be able to join it. But this first question just came in and it says, is anyone working on the FedNow instant payments platform rolling out in 2023? Any of our ISVs want to weigh in on that? Anyone working on the FedNow instant payments platform rolling out in 2023? Anybody
Well,
else?
it's
Oh,
quiet,
go ahead,
so
Jeff.
I'll go ahead and say something. This is Jeff Riley from Retail Management Hero. Honestly, it's the first I've heard of it. So whoever asked the question, thanks for asking it. I'm curious and I'm going to look into it.
Got it. Thank you. Anybody else want to weigh in? Okay, again, if anybody else has any other questions, feel free to share them with us. I'll ask one and see who from our featured guest ISVs wants to weigh in. Anybody brave enough to share an industry prediction or two for 2023? What's a prediction you have? What's a trend that you're seeing? What do you think would help our audience here in terms of seeing around the corner? What are you seeing? Any of our
Hey, Jim, Rick
panelists want to take
Malfainer.
that? Yeah, hey, Rick.
Hey, yeah, the one thing that I've kind of been seeing and hearing out there and kind of contemplating is we're seeing that it seems that a lot of the big enterprise and mid-market are probably going to have a little bit of a contraction and or at least stop opening new locations. So I think that's probably in the RSPA channel a positive thing in that most of the independents that we speak with, they're kind of bracing for a little bit of a concern in the economy, but the reality is, they look back on 2008 and they look back on COVID, and obviously COVID is way worse than anything the economy could probably do to them, and they're still seeing people visiting. Their numbers are not down as of right now. So I think you might see contraction in the big side of the market, but in the smaller side, it seems that people remain pretty positive.
Got it. No, thanks for that, and good to hear that as well. Great. Who else wants to weigh in? Who else of our ISVs want to share a prediction or an insight for next year?
I'll throw another one in since there's some silence. This is Jeff Riley again. We're certainly seeing the crunch on labor availability, and that's affecting retailers in a heavy way. So any technology that can go towards self-serve mobile POS is going to be hot. Kiosks are going to be hot. And just the solution providers' awareness and sensitivity around how each of their customers are impacted by labor and what they can do to add value with technology is going to be a real attractive thing in the coming year.
Got it. Thank you, Jeff.
And to echo off that, we have looked for ways to automate even the simplest of tasks in the store. We actually partnered, Jim, with one of the sponsors, APG, and they have a self-counting cash drawer, which has greatly reduced our end of shift times. And so I think as more and more automation pushes that way, the labor shortage won't be as difficult to manage because you are taking away a lot of those human processes.
Got it. No, thank you. Thanks for weighing in, Zach. Appreciate that. Anybody else want to weigh in? We do have a couple audience questions. Anybody else want to share their predictions for 2023 or their insights?
Hey, Jim, I can share a couple thoughts. As our customer requests, lots of the CBD business is coming, so they want to have a very quick service, hand hold and service. Kiosk, of course, is another one hard part. The hard product too. So and then like a food truck kind of stuff, so they kind of they come in request. That's our company see the request.
Got it. Thank you for that. All right, let's move on to some of our audience questions here. Brent Barg asks, as it relates to credit card processing, can someone on the panel discuss how they're handling cash discount pricing through their POS solution? Does anyone's solution handle dual pricing on the merchant receipts? And if I could ask folks, if you're not speaking, if you could please mute yourself, I can just hear some typing in background noise. So who wants to weigh in on, does anyone's solution handle dual pricing on the merchant receipts?
Yes, actually our POS actually is a dual price enabled POS. We provide cash discount under dual price, and then we can customer design on the cash list, the receipt, how they want print out, such as a non-cash adjustment or a non-cash fee kind of stuff. We actually enabled, and then we actually do support different type of the terminal. PAX machine, or different, in general or Verifone. We do all support.
Got it. Great. So quick POS. Anybody else want to answer the question about dual pricing?
Yeah, Jim, we recently changed from a surcharge and a discount to the dual pricing model based on advice from our credit card counsel. And at this point on our receipt, we don't display any surcharges or discounts. We just inherently change the price of every item on the receipt.
Got it. Great. And that was that Zach?
Yes, Zach with Fast Tracks.
Okay, thank you.
And that was based on pushback some of our customers got from their credit card processors. So.
Great. Thank you, Zach. Who else wants to weigh in?
Jim, can I add a word more? Actually, our dual price cash discount not only supported by POS, actually is online order kiosk too, and QR table ordering all support the dual price and the cash discount.
Got it. Thank you. Any other ISVs want to answer that question? Okay, let's move on. We have Ramon Mendoza. He says, this is for DeliverEct. How are you handling the independent delivery driver pool? Are you partnering with a company like Nash to handle this, or do you have direct integration with these providers?
Perfect. Yeah, great question. So we built out our own arm for the fulfillment side of things. So we have direct integrations to hundreds of fulfillment companies. So essentially the order will come through DeliverEct from whichever third-party channel. And then based off of our back end, we can, with the help of the merchant, they can determine which ones they would like to enable out of the hundreds of them. So they can basically choose which pricing they would like to have to fulfill it. So yeah, we wouldn't go through Nash, although we have all the main fulfillment companies.
Great, thank you, Ramon. Hopefully that answers your question. If you need more details, you can feel free to reach out to Frank directly or shoot us another questions. All right, and then Denise says, Denise Bay, DBC will participate in the Federal Reserve's request for payment RFP workgroup to establish considerations for a consistent end customer experience related to RFP capabilities offered by FedNow. They will help formalize other practices and standards that may be useful to encourage broad adoption of RFP functionality across the industry. So thank you for that comment, Denise, and we appreciate that. And that gives, I guess, the group a little bit more background on the FedNow situation. All right, Sean Novak asks a question. He says, with POS going away from monolithic applications and trending toward microservices, are any POS vendors integrating into iPaaS systems? Does anyone have a recommendation on iPaaS solutions which your POS integrates into? Sean, thank you for that question. Who of our featured ISVs wants to answer a question about iPaaS?
We don't have an iPaaS. What is iPaaS? Is it integrated with a hotel?
Good question. Sean, I don't know if you want to give more information or if anybody else knows. It's a small I, capital P, then AAS, so as a service. So integration platform as a service. Any of our ISVs, any recommendations on iPaaS solutions which you integrate to?
And so far we don't, we can find out more to see. We are capable to do those like a third-party integration because we do have like an in-house developer. We can find out to see, so far we don't, but we can looking for it.
Got it. Thank you, Ming. Anybody else want to weigh in on iPaaS?
I can make a reflection. This is Jeff Riley from Retail Management here. I can make a reflection that certainly applications that are built greenfield, new, native in the cloud, and with regards to these more modern architectures are starting out on this course. The products that have been around for years are in an evolutionary state. Within RMH, we're in the process of evolving our integration methodology and support for different integration approaches technologically. So iPaaS is something we're very interested in and marching toward, but in the meantime, our path to get there is going to be very transparent and supported from a developer integration perspective. And so we're trying to provide our partners with the capabilities to go to market with integrated solutions today as we upgrade our architecture over time to support standards like iPaaS best practices.
Got it. Great. Thank you. That was Jeff from RMH. Any of our other featured panelists want to weigh in on iPaaS? All right. We have another question from Denise. Denise, thanks for attending. Thanks for participating. Instead of using a cloud base or API, does anybody today use a VPN encrypted connection or have a partner who does? Anybody able to answer that question about use a VPN encrypted connection or have a partner who does? Hearing that there's no response, I will assume that the answer to that is no, or that audio isn't working. If your audio isn't working, feel free to send a chat message there. All right, great. Anybody else from our audience with any other questions? Now is the time to weigh in as we have only a few minutes left in the program today. All right, Bruce Smith has a question here. With constant price changes and a move to automation, as mentioned with the limits of workforce pool, how much more are you working with ESL, so electronic shelf labeling systems, for retail? Any of our retail ISVs want to talk about electronic shelf labeling solutions? I think that's only going to apply to a handful potentially of our ISVs today because some are working with restaurants. Any of our ISVs want to share any insights on ESL?
Yeah, it's Josh here at AutoStar. We actually have, we've been working with just various ESL platforms for many years. We actually had a store go in, I think it was like 15 years ago, well before its time. But we actually have a new integration that's going into pilot as of last week with a retailer that has 600 locations throughout Canada. So that's just going into pilot, and we expect that to be available to our channel partners here in the new year as well. So it's definitely, something that we've talked about for years. You see kind of false starts with it, but it really seems like it's finally, hit its stride, And we're starting to see independent retailers, at least the more advanced ones that really want to optimize their business, take advantage of it. So we're excited about being able to offer that to our channel partners here in the new year.
And then Josh, do you think it's going to be like a step forward in 2023, or do you think it's going to be like, you know, a hockey stick, something like that? Or is this more incremental progress than a radical overhaul from an ELSL standpoint?
I mean, it's going to be, I think, incremental. I think anyone that's, you know, said over the like I said, last 15 years that said this is the next thing that's going to change change retail and everyone's going to implement it. You'll never see another regular shelf label. We've said that year over year, and it's never quite happened. So I think it's going to continue to be incremental, but it does seem like pricing, ROI, and then also with the you know, added push due to labor crunch, that it really, you know, seems like it's time now for a lot of these independent locations to implement it. One thing we're seeing as well is it's not a full implementation. So for instance, in supermarkets, you'll have the deli, for instance, you know, you're dealing with, you know, digging in behind, you know, in the deli display counter, trying to change labels, you know, on products that are changing often, you know, meat and things like that, that will often, costs will change on that stuff. And so, it, you know, they may not do the entire store, but they're going to do signage in those key areas there, produce, areas like that. So more incremental, maybe with specific use cases, less like we're about to see this skyrocket the next year.
Great, thank you, Josh. Any of our other featured ISVs want to weigh in on electronic shelf labeling systems? All right, and Bruce had a follow-up comment, said perfect, thank you. So thank you, Josh. We have a question here from Lewis. He says, how has PCI Standard 4, the newest requirement, been handled for the provider's clients? How has that impacted their users? Which of our featured guests wants to weigh in on PCI Standard 4 and its impact? Anybody have a perspective to share on that? Any of our software developers?
Josh here again at AutoStar, I can certainly weigh in. You know, for us, PCI has become, I want to say, less of an issue. You know, certainly some of our enterprise customers wanted to make sure that we were, you know, always going through internal audits. We've spent a ton of money over the years to kind of go through that process, but now we're really just ensuring that, you know, from a point of sale perspective, we're always dealing with semi-integrated solutions. It's really taken us out of scope, and, you know, we feel, you know, some of those, you know, expensive internal audits and things that we did as an ISV, we're probably going to step back from some of that now. We feel as long as merchant service providers can provide, you know, some sort of letter saying, yes, we've affirmed you're out of scope, our burden there is much less, and we think that's going to reduce some of, you know, the extra work that we've had to do over the years. Obviously, that doesn't change the retailer's responsibilities when it comes to PCI. So we provide a, you know, secure implementation guide that tries to lead them in the right direction, but, you know, depending on the size of the retailer, the scope of their PCI requirements is obviously going to vary, and you know, they're going to have to navigate some of that. But a lot of the smaller independent ones are usually pretty good with, you know, us and our resellers implementing best practices, and then of course at the point of sale, dealing with an out of scope integration.
Got it. Great. Thank you, Josh. Any of our other featured guests want to weigh in on PCI Standard 4? All right, Lewis, thank you very much for your question. All right, so that takes us to near the end of our session today. Before we go, we want to say a few thank yous. So first, thanks to our featured ISVs today: Fast Tracks, Dello, AutoStar, GoTab, Deliverect, RMH, Quick POS, NCC, Andrew Bar, and Near Street. Thank you so much for making the inaugural ISV Spill the Tea a great informational session. Thank you very much. Also want to thank those who have sponsored the niche and startup ISV community. Again, we have APG, BlueStar, Brinks, Epson, Evo, Ingenico, and ScanSource. Thanks again to our annual sponsors, again, Platinum, BlueStar, Gold, Brother, CoCard, Heartland, ScanSource, and Shift 4. And then just friendly reminders again, save the date for Retail Now, July 30th through August 1st in Orlando. And then coming up sooner, you'll want to make sure that you take action if you want to attend the Retail IT Channel's #1 leadership conference, RSPA Inspire. It's a networking nirvana, January 22nd through 25th in beautiful Maui. Looking forward to seeing many, many of our members there. All right, thanks again to our ISVs. Thanks so much to our audience for participating today, not just listening, but for all the great questions that you had for us. We look forward to serving you in the rest of the year and 2023. Until then, from the RSPA team, thanks for attending and Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks again.